So, hi everyone, my name is Kyla Emma Mengyala. At this time, we are going to report about the life and the general system theory of von Bertalanffy. Bertalanffy Ludwig von 1901 to 1972. Ludwig von Bertalanffy was born on September 19, 1901 in Adgersdorf, near Vienna. He came from a distinguished family which include many scholars and court officials. He grew up as an only child educated at home by private tutor until he was 10. When he arrived at this gymnasium, a form of grammar school, he was already well habituated in learning by reading, and he continued to study on his own. In 1918, Bertalanffy started his studies at the university level in philosophy and art history, first at the University of Innsbruck and then the University of Vienna. In 1926, he finished his PhD thesis, which is the Fichtner and the problem of higher order integration, on the psychologist and philosopher Gustav Theodor Fichtner. During that period, von Bertalanffy was not only interested in philosophy of science, but he is also interested in Fingler theory of history. Anti-accepted his lifelong attempts to reconcile natural science humanities. So in later years, he came to believe that the conceptual framework of general system theory, which was applicable to several disciplines, provides such as brief. So in 1934, he received his habilitation in theoretical biology. Habilitation is a qualification required in order to conduct self-contained university teaching and to obtain a professorship. So yun nga, Bertalanffy received his habilitation in 1934, and in that same year also Bertalanffy was appointed privat privat docent at the University of Vienna. Docent, formally it is a title given to a university teacher, meaning they can be able to teach but not yet a professor. After he completed his habilitation, they granted him a permission to teach and examine students independently without having a professorship. And also, yung mga pre-band may be recognized at university but they receive no compensation. Infirmit meaning hindi sila sinusweldohan. Between 1954 to 1955, he was a senior fellow at the Center of Advanced Study in Behavioral Science at Stanford. Next, he became the director of Cancer Research Division of Sinai Hospital in Los Angeles. Afterwards, he went a visiting fellow to the Menninger Foundation in Topeka, Kansas, where he did some work on the problem of mental illness. In 1961, he returned to Canada as the professor of theoretical biology at the University of Alberta. In 1969, he left Alberta to join the staff of the newly formed Center of Theoretical Biology at the University of Buffalo, New York City, where he died in 1972 due to a sudden heart attack. Today, Bertalanffy is considered to be a founder and one of the principal authors of the interdisciplinary school of thought known as general system theory.
General system theory is about understanding how things work by looking at how their individual parts interact. It's like understanding a machine by seeing how its gears and levers work together. Emphasize that the whole system is more than just the sum of its parts. It's consider factors like how the system interacts with, with its environment, open versus closed system, how the environment influences the system, and how different systems can achieve the same goal in different ways. It also recognizes that the different systems can share similar structure and function. It is a useful tool for understanding complex systems in various fields like biology, psychology, and engineering. Meta-paradigms concept, rooted in general system theory, suggests that a universal framework can be applied to understand various disciplines from chemistry and physics to social sciences and even psychiatry. Developed by von Bertalanffy, focused on breaking down complex systems into parts and understanding how those parts interact. It emphasizes the interconnectedness of these parts and how they work together to form a functioning whole. This approach has been particularly helpful in understanding personality development in psychiatry. Meta-paradigm concept, as outlined by Ludwig von Bertalanffy, emphasized a system-based approach to understanding complex phenomena. This approach views a system as a collection of interconnected parts that interact with their environment. System thinking encourages us to consider both the individual parts and how they fit together as a whole. A key element of this thinking is causal analysis, which suggests that when errors occurs, we shouldn't solely blame individuals, but should also consider the environment or system that allow the error to happen. This approach encourages a broader perspective, recognizing that problems often arise from complex interactions within a system rather than solely from individuals' actions. The principle of system theory should be familiar to healthcare professionals. While we often focus on individual organs, our work requires us to understand how these organs interact within a large system and how the environment influences them. Embracing system theory in healthcare means considering the whole picture, not just individual parts. This approach can lead to better patient care by reducing errors and promoting a culture of shared responsibility without neglecting individual accountability.